Hey YouTube, today decided to talk about something that's been going through my mind and bothering me. And the thing that's been bothering me is these abortion activist group that stands right outside the hairdressing salon that I go to every month, because right next to it there's an abortion center. And my problem with that is every time I pass them, to go to the hair salon, they hand out they hand out these flyers. It's about, abortion. And my thing with that is you're not in that person's situation. You're not, every situation is different. And my thing is, you don't know what situation. And what if that girl or that woman was raped? What if it was through incest? And she decided, what, I don't want to have this baby because I don't want this baby to come back 20 years later, 30 years later, and ask me, who's my father, and have to explain the whole situation that I was raped, or if it was through incest. You're not walking in that woman's shoes, and every woman has a right to make whatever decision she wants to make about her body. Now, I've never been in that situation, so I can't judge about whatever decision that particular woman makes, and neither should those abortion activist group, you know, because as I said, what if you were raped, by a relative or a stranger, and you decide, what, I don't want to give this baby up for adoption because I don't want them to come back and ask me who's their father and have to explain everything to them, and it might be embarrassing, it might be confusing to them, and I don't want to go through that. Or, she could be a young girl who, was young and didn't understand the situation and decided, what, I'm young, I can't take care of this baby, I don't know how to take care of it, it was a bad decision to have sex, and I don't want to give it up for adoption. I just don't want to have this baby. It's her decision, and as I said, every woman has the right to make her decision what she wants to do with her body. And, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know everything there is to know about, abortion and everything else, but what I do know is the woman has the right to make her decision, and nobody else should tell her what to do with her body. And sometimes I think those abortion activists, they go to the extreme sometimes, and I know not all of you are going to agree with what I have to say, but everyone's entitled to their opinions, and these are my opinions that the woman's entitled to do whatever she wants to do with her body. We're not in her shoes. Every situation is different. Some women may say, what, I don't want to have an abortion, and that's okay. And if she wants to have an abortion, that's okay too, whatever she decides, And, as I said, like, it's just amazing to me how a lot of the abortion activists are like, oh, life, life, life. But as I said, what if she was raped? What if it was incest? What if it was something traumatic and she decides, it's a horrible thing that happened to me, and I don't want to keep this baby, I don't want to have this baby. I don't want this baby, who are we to judge, or what if it was a young girl who, was underage and decide, what, I don't want this. I think it's better that she has an abortion and not have this kid than to have the kid and be on welfare and have other people taking care of the kid, because she's too young and she doesn't know how to take care of it, because of her decision, because, she laid down to have sex, yes, but what? She was young, she didn't plan on it. And I think in that situation, it's okay to have an abortion, like, that, you were underage and you were young, and, you thought it was the best thing to do rather than have the baby and bring it into the world and not taking care of it. Or the other situation is, being raped or through incest. I think those situations, is okay to have an abortion. Every situation is going to be different. It's up to that individual woman or girl to decide whatever she wants to do. I've never been in any of those situations, and I wouldn't know what to do, especially if you're underage. Imagine how you would feel if you're underage and you're pregnant and you're scared and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm young. Or if you were raped by someone, and you know, it's just going through your mind, oh my God, you know, I don't want to have this baby because this baby's, what if this baby come out looking like the person who raped me, and what if this kid comes back 30, if I give it up for adoption, what if this kid come back and say, you know, I want to know who my father is, how am I going to explain this, the situation to this child, you know. And you know, I'm pretty sure there are many women in other countries out there that don't have a way of an abortion, that would just love to, you know, go and have an abortion because they were raped. And there are many women in Africa who, you know, were raped, and they have to have this kid, and you know, they just drop them off at orphanages and other places because they don't want them, because you know, it reminds them of what happened, you know. So we can't judge on others for, you know, them having an abortion, but that's just my opinion. And I know some of you out there may not agree with what I have to say, you know, and that's okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but you know, I don't think it's right to tell someone, oh, you know, that's a sin, that's a sin. You don't know that woman's situation, you know, you're not walking in her shoes, so you can't speak about anything because you don't know what she's going through. So that's what I have to say, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. Bye bye.